Hello everyone, I'm Cass Cross, your English Eternal Return caster, and today I'm back to introduce Eternal Return's 82nd character, Xuelin. Xuelin, a rapier-wielding test subject who subdues enemies with energy swords that she gets from basic attacks and skill hits. She uses her energy swords to deal additional damage to her opponents and reduce her core skills cooldown, allowing her to stay one step ahead in combat. To bring out the full potential of Xuelin's gameplay, it's important to not only connect her skills effectively, but also to make full use of the Lingering Blade gained through her passive skill. Using her abilities precisely and at the right moment is essential to avoid wasting any cooldowns. Let's start by taking a look at her kit. Her kit consists of her Q, Flying Sword, W, Sacred Sword, E, Too Fast to Hit, or TFTH for short, R, Return of the Blades, and finally her passive, the Chosen One. Passive, the Chosen One. Hitting with basic attacks or basic skills grants her a stack of Lingering Blade. At 3 stacks, her next basic attack is enhanced, throwing her energy sword at the target and dealing additional skill damage. The cooldown of Flying Sword and Too Fast to Hit are reduced and she recovers HP. This is Xuelin's core skill for engaging enemies in close combat, since it reduces the cooldowns of her Q skill, Flying Sword, and E skill, Too Fast to Hit, by a fixed amount, greatly aiding her in both chasing down enemies and escaping danger. On top of that, its healing effect helps make up for Xuelin's lack of sustain during fights when used effectively. Q, Flying Sword. Xuelin throws her energy sword, dealing skill damage to enemies along its path. When it reaches the designated location, it spins for a certain amount of time, dealing consecutive skill damage to enemies within range. Touching the spinning energy sword retrieves it, restoring some of Too Fast to Hit's cooldown. The retrieved sword then orbits Xuelin for a certain amount of time, dealing consecutive skill damage to enemies within range. Although it has a short range, this skill deals steady damage at a designated location. Retrieving the energy sword not only deals additional damage, but also reduces the cooldown of Too Fast to Hit, making Xuelin's close range combat even stronger. This means effectively managing accumulated damage and strategically using sword retrieval is key to maximizing the skill. W, Sacred Sword. Xuelin is guarded by the manifested swords, becoming immune to CC and taking no damage for a certain amount of time. She then throws the sword in the targeted direction, dealing skill damage to the first enemy character hit and slowing them. If immobilizing effects are blocked during this time, she gains 3 stacks of Lingering Blade, deals skill damage, and stuns the target instead of slowing them. This skill plays a vital role in Xuelin's survival and counterattack after engaging. It blocks threatening crowd control effects following her infiltration, and creates an opportunity to counter when an immobilizing effect is successfully blocked, triggering a powerful secondary effect. While it can significantly improve her survivability by nullifying enemy skills, Xuelin remains in the same place during this time, so if she wants to continue chasing her enemy, it's crucial that she hits them, applying a meaningful debuff. E, Too Fast to Hit. Xuelin dashes in the target direction, dealing skill damage to enemies along the path and slowing them. After the dash, an energy sword falls along the path, dealing skill damage to enemies within the area. This is Xuelin's second gap closing skill, which can be used together with a rapier weapon skill, Quick Cut. It deals damage twice, one from the dash and another from the falling energy sword, allowing up to 2 stacks of Lingering Blade. To maximize its effectiveness, it is important to retrieve the sword with Flying Sword and reduce cooldowns through Lingering Blade. Proper use of Too Fast to Hit will be a key measure of a skilled Xuelin player. R, Return of the Blades. Xuelin creates an electromagnetic field of swords, dealing damage. The field remains for a certain amount of time. Whenever Xuelin deals damage to an enemy within the field, an energy sword strikes the target, dealing additional skill damage. The third falling sword is enhanced, striking the target, dealing additional skill damage nearby, and slowing them. When Xuelin arrives outside the field after using Too Fast to Hit, the energy swords at the edge of the field return to her, dealing skill damage to enemies along the path. Starting from the second hit, damage is reduced. This skill helps Xuelin deal additional damage when she attacks enemies within the field. If she leaves the area using Too Fast to Hit, the returning swords deal significant damage along the path. This makes the skill especially effective when used alongside Too Fast to Hit in chase or escape scenarios, allowing her to suppress enemies with a burst of instant damage. Xuelin, the test subject who suppresses her enemies with the sword. Would she truly be able to prove herself as the chosen one? That was it for today's Lumiapedia. See you on Lumia Island. Until next time.